Hi, my name is Matt. Welcome to Rattlesnake Patriot. Today, as you can see from the title, we're going to talk about the reasons why the rich keep getting richer. And probably the biggest reason why the rich keep getting richer is math. Now, it's gotten to be in this country now that we don't really like to talk about math much because math's really hard to do. But I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to have to breach that subject today. I've got 4 reasons why the rich keep getting richer. The media likes to whine and complain and demonize people for being rich and successful, and that's just plain silly. And I'm going to show you today why they are that way and how you too can be that way. So, number one reason why the rich keep getting richer is because the rich prioritize investing over spending. The rich typically invest every month versus buy something new and fancy every month. And there are some rich people out there that have nice and fancy things, but the majority of them don't really spend elaborately, especially not when they're starting out, when they're trying to build wealth. Now, as they get older, their money grows and they have a little more room to buy that nicer car or to buy a nicer home or whatever, go on nice vacations. But you don't get rich by acting rich in that sense. So don't go out and buy a Mercedes just because you see rich people with Mercedes, although most of them probably aren't rich, to be honest with you, just so you know. So, number one, the rich will prioritize investing every month and putting their money to work every month versus buying fancy crap. Whereas the poor and middle class don't do that. When they get something, when they get a windfall, they get a tax return, they get whatever, they go buy something that's cool or fun or they think makes them happy. They don't invest. So, number 2 reason why the rich keep getting richer. The rich are constantly honing their craft. They're honing their craft of their business and their investment portfolio. And maybe they don't have a business, but whatever job, whatever they're doing to earn money, they're constantly learning to get better at it. And then they're taking every year and figuring out ways to improve their investment portfolio. They do things like read books, go to seminars. They talk with people that are more successful than them and learn from their mistakes and also learn from their successes. But they're constantly working on improving their financial situation every single year. That's the number 2 reason why the rich keep getting richer. And by the way, these reasons they're not in order of importance. They're just 4 reasons. The number 3 reason, the rich use money to make money. When your earned income is $300,000 or $400,000, the highest tax bracket is roughly 37% right now. Once you get in that highest tax bracket, they'll take over a third of what you've earned in income taxes. Don't worry about state, because you might have that too, state income tax where you live. The rich look to make money from their investments because on investments you pay what's called capital gains taxes, and they tend to be more like 15 to 20%. And on their investments, let's say you have a stock and it went up 10% this year. You don't get charged capital gains on investment like that until you sell it. If you just hold on to the stock or mutual fund or whatever it is, or a piece of real estate, it just continually goes up in value. You don't get taxed on it. Whereas when you work to become rich, you earn money to become rich, you make money, and they take tax away. You make money, take tax away. You make money, it's a lot slower, and it's a lot tougher to do. So they essentially use, the number 3 thing is they use the tax system to their advantage. They figure out the best way to increase their net worth every year without paying a ton of amount in taxes every year. The number 4 reason, and in my opinion, the biggest reason that the rich keep getting richer, well, it really is the biggest reason the rich keep getting richer. The first 3 are kind of the reasons why they became rich. It's the things they did to accumulate money. But the 4th reason is You see, there's a lot of things you do, almost everything you do in life. When you start out doing it, you get so much better, so fast. Once you get to a certain point, there's not that much room to get better. You look at Olympic runners, once you run the 40-yard dash or the 100-yard dash, and I don't even know what a good time is, to be honest, but like, let's say 10 seconds, and your nutrition's dialed in, all that, you're not going to cut it by another 2 or 3 seconds. You might cut it by a couple of milliseconds, and that's it. So almost everything you do in life, when you first start out doing it, your improvements are very fast. And then the better you get at, the less room there is improvement. Same thing with weightlifting. There's a thing called newbie gains. When you're lifting weights, your body will respond very quickly at first. The better you get at lifting weights, and the more your nutrition is dialed in, the less room for improvement until you get to essentially your genetic level of muscle mass, right? You can only get so much bigger at that point, and then it's just maintaining or maybe going slightly better. The cool thing about investing and growing your net worth and becoming rich is compound interest. Compound interest, it's also, some people call it the snowball effect. It's a little bit easier way of explaining it, is you take a wet snowball and you roll it down a hill or mountain, and every time it rolls over, it gets bigger. It collects more snow and bigger. The faster it gets bigger, the faster it gets bigger. And it just keeps going and going and going. Well, compound interest is the same way. The bigger you get, the faster it gets bigger, right? The faster your money, the more money you have, the faster it grows. And that is the number one reason why the rich keep getting richer, where the poor and the middle class stay the same. And let me explain to you, let me give you a little example of how that works. So let's say you have $100,000 in net worth. You invest in a mutual fund and you make 10% on that $100,000 in 1 year. You've just made $10,000 in 1 year. Now, the guy that has $10 million in net worth can invest in the exact same mutual fund as you did and make the exact same 10%. And instead of making $10,000 in a year, he's going to make $1 million in a year. That's 100 times what you made. He made 100 times. His wealth is growing 100 times faster than yours at that rate. So that is the number one reason why the rich keep getting richer. It's not that there's a broken system, or that we need to tax the rich people into poverty, or that the rich people are evil. It's that they have a bigger chunk of change, and a bigger chunk of change, because of compound interest, grows faster. That's it. That's the biggest reason. So if you do the things that I talked about, the 1, 2, and 3, the prioritize investing, what was the number 2? It was getting better at your craft, right? Learning how to invest better, improving your investment portfolio every year better. And the number 3 thing is making money with your money versus making money with your job or your business. If you do those things, you will at some point be in that group of rich people that's money is growing infinitely faster than yours. So if you like what you hear here today, then like and subscribe. If you didn't, leave a mean comment. If you're not rich, it's your fault. Have a good one.